time, no declining here. Greatest king of all time is here. Every day in this presence, that be the most wonderful time of the year. Making our enemies mad, they making plastic on the top us. Not knowing that we got that glow, can nobody really stop us? The Most High got us. See, we love the Father and keep His commandments. That kingdom advancement, this be the everyday anthem. Gotta get your hands up, stand up, shout from the stanzas. Now, who that team to be standing tall? Who that team to give y'all their all? Who that rockin' both law and grace? Who that walkin' this walk of faith? Who that talkin' real bold as giants? Who that face?
Oh, it's harvest. It's harvest. It's just harvest. It seems like so long ago when I started in this thing. I knew God was calling me, but I didn't know the way. When He said, "You're my harvest," I said, "Thank you, Lord." Okay, but I didn't know what that really meant or what this call would bring. So I asked Him to reveal to me so I could clearly see all that He placed in me and all He called me to be. I said, "Lord, I'm ready, but I'm so unworthy." He told me not to worry. He's gonna use me for His glory. He's sending me to the nations, every country, town, and city to go and tell folks about Jesus and for me not to grow weary. And the world is His vineyard and the harvest is plenty, but to pray for more laborers, cause the truth is not many. Yep. Oh, it's harvest. It's
Welcome, chosen, y'all in my veins. Came from the bottom, now we breaking chains. Tore in my heart, you can feel the flames. There's a lifeblood and it's all ordained. Yaz in the booth and I speak the truth. King and queens give grace to youth. Lost for a while, now we back in the groove. Prophecy speaking, yeah, we making the moves. Commandments written, so we walk in stride. Ancient past, God by our side. While we walk in, let go of the pride. A nation reborn, having that surprise. We got that power, divine might. Walking in the truth, under God's light. Yeah. We got that power, We got that power, divine might. Walking in the truth, under God's light. Yeah. We got that power,
I'm an Israelite, let me tilt my crown. Fridges on my dress, blue border touch the ground. Full of the spirit, I'm bearing up thousand. Breaking all yokes, I ain't never been a coward. Walking in on a tight rope. You talking funny, yeah, nice jokes. I can read your spirit with my eyes closed. With a blindfold, I ain't blind though. The Most High, I rely on. Shining bright like diamonds and gold. These other folks like rhinestones. You fake Jews, a whole lot of clones. Thank the Lord, I'm winning. Thank the Lord, I'm repentant. Thank the Lord, I come from a chosen lineage. Thank the Lord, my sins are diminished. Yeah.
We got that power, divine might, walking in the truth, under God's light. Yeah. We got that power, We got that power, divine might, walking in the truth, under God's light. Yeah. We got that power, We got that power, divine might, walking in the truth, under God's light. Yeah. We got that power, We got that power, divine might, walking in the truth, under God's light. Yeah. Royal sea, yeah, I breath in my lungs. Prayers go up, rolling off my tongue. It's like rise where we all come from. Trouble Manessa, we march to the drum. When it's all over, no more delay. Prophecy foretold, now we walking away towards life, gotta keep the day. Yaz Israel, no time to play. Crown on my head, yeah, I gave me the throne. Never alone, got the Most High's tone. Pound my veins, the life that we own. It's like rise, we claim what's on. Crown on my head, yeah, I gave me the throne. Never alone, got the Most High's tone. Pound my veins, it's like that we own. It's like rise, we claim what's on. We got that power, divine might, walking in the truth, under God's light. Yeah. We got that power, We got that power, divine might, walking in the truth, under God's light. Yeah. We got that power, We got that power, divine might, walking in the truth, under God's light. Yeah. We got that power, We got that power, divine might, walking in the truth, under God's light. Yeah. We got that power,
start playing music too.
Happy Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah. Shalom, my people. Welcome to another great conversation at IMTV News, where we spread the good news of the Most High. Anybody connected to Him is a new creation. Old things passed away, all things made new. Man, the lovely person I'm talking to right now goes by the name of LoveLea. How are you doing?
What's up? What's going on? I'm doing good. Thanks for having me. This is awesome. I'm excited. Let's rock it. Get it.
No problem, man. For starters, can you let the people know where you're from?
So I'm originally from Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky. I've been here in Central Texas. I've been living here for 7 years. So yeah, I am from Kentucky.
Central Texas. Well, greetings from Dallas.
Oh, you're in Dallas, yeah.
Yeah, Dallas, yeah. Texas. Man, so can you share a little bit of your testimony about how you started walking with the Most High?
Oh man, yeah, absolutely. So, to go back, I'm just gonna try to be as elaborate as I can be. I did my first time coming to know who Jesus was and who God was. I was 11 is when I decided to get baptized and give my life to Christ. And then, just started walking that journey. And as I got older, I would say about 17, 18, 19, I was in this church, and it was more of a religious church, and I had a lot of questions that didn't get answered with the Bible. I just had people, just the wrong people around me when it came to Christianity. And so, by the time I was in my 20s, I decided to leave Christianity. I thought it was false. I thought it was fake. I thought it was a gimmick. And I went on this journey to find the truth. Because I'm like, there's all these other religions out here. One of them's got to be the truth. So I just went and just started doing my studying with other religions. I started with Islam. I studied Hindu, Buddhism, just all the different religions, just trying to see what's the difference, what connects. And eventually I fell on spirituality, right? And I was spiritual for 6 years because I felt like, oh, this is the first connection that I had. This feels right, which is, I look at spirituality as a religion too. Anybody who's spirit, because the new age spirituality stuff's going on, all that's like a religion. And I settled on that for 6 years, but there was no fulfillment. I still felt like this void in my heart. I still felt like I was searching for something. I still felt like I was searching for this answer that I just never got. And so during that time, life was lifing. A lot of stuff was happening. I was in the military, COVID, all this stuff is happening, personal things happening. And I was just searching. I was like, I lost hope. I didn't have any hope. And then eventually, the way that I came back to Christ, I tell people it's not some type of, I was already hopeless and rock bottom and just felt just no encouragement. I was already there. So I was just in this dark place. But what brought me back is this documentary that was referred to me as from a friend. And it was this documentary of this guy who basically went back to Genesis all the way to Revelation and just kind of broke the Bible down and had timestamps on everything all the way up to present. And that was the first time for me that I ever had anybody in my life just break the Bible down that way. It's at that moment that I just realized that God was true. I just never really opened the Bible. I never gave the Bible a chance. And I realized I didn't know him. I knew of him. And so that's how I came back to Christ. It's just watching that documentary. It's a 2-hour long documentary. And then I had all these emotions, all these feelings. And I remember after watching that documentary, I went into my room and I got on my knees for the first time and I repented. Cause just shame and guilt and all this stuff. I'm like, God, if you're real, I've been out here wilding. I was wilding. Cause I just, I walked away and was like, if you're not real, I can do whatever I want. And I'm like, nah, you've been watching. And I've been wilding. And so, I cried and I just told him I repented for the first time ever in my life. And then I just told him, I want a relationship with you. I don't know you, but if you're real, I want to walk this walk. I want a relationship with you. I want to get to know you. And so that's kind of what started my journey back to Christ. So I rededicated my life back to him in like March 2023. So it's not been that.
Man, so here it is, Austin, Texas.
No, I'm in the Killeen area though. I'm not in Austin. I don't stay in Austin. I'm in like Killeen.
No. Look, peep where I'm going with it though. So picture it, Austin, Texas. Beautiful, sunny, sort of rainy day. We go to this special event called the Gospel Explosion.
Yeah.
How did you get there?
Man, God. Let me tell you, this whole thing with my music has been God. He gave me an assignment. The only reason why I'm doing music is because of God. If it wasn't for me having that conversation with God, you wouldn't know me. None of this would exist. And so it's just to give him glory. But how did I get there? It's just the opportunity. You know, it was presented. I don't want to say too much because I don't know if I can say too much. But DJ Cyclops, you know, I connected with him, and that's kind of how it happened. Without going into too much detail and giving it away, he just gave me an opportunity to show up and get there. I really was supposed to be going there to volunteer. I reached out to him and I was like, hey, you know, can I volunteer? Do you need help? Because that's just how I am, you know, with the community. We all need help with our ministry and things like that. And he was just like, yeah, I actually do need help. And, you know, that's kind of how I got in there.
You ain't have to beat him up or nothing. Let me in or you're over.
Nah, he was nice to me. He was nice. He was really nice. He's cool. He's really a cool dude.
And the way you answered that's kind of why like I want to ask you this next question, because you know, we meet, you up in there, you're chilling, you conversing with everybody, you just doing your thing and helping out, volunteer like you said. But man, you get called to that stage though.
Oh yeah.
As soon as you start the first song, we looking at you like Beanie Man. What?
That's sweet. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm telling you, the reason why I do it is for God. And like, so in my mindset, when I get on stage, it goes to glorifying him. It goes to when I sing, I know you guys are there, but when I'm singing to him, right? I'm rapping to him. I put scriptures in my song. So that song I performed is Proverbs 3:5-6 in a song, you know? Sure. So that's what it is. And so I appreciate people for vibing with it. Cause you know, I don't got the most hype song. It's not the most, you know, live song, but it's just like, hey, if you listen, you going through, you know, troubled times, here's scripture, here's words that you know what I mean?
Nah, your stuff is heartfelt, man, indeed.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, y'all was good too. Y'all kind of threw down. Y'all didn't kind of throw down. Y'all did throw down.
All praises, man.
Deep.
Man, all praises.
Yeah, you hard.
Shout out to my crew, Kingdom United, man.
Lit.
Man, so can you share a little bit about your music? Is there anything available that we can go check out?
Oh yeah, so right now I have like 5 singles out, streaming on all platforms. I am currently working on an EP. But yeah, you can go to any streaming platforms, find the singles there. I got a couple songs to keep you vibing, but I am dropping an EP maybe like the date is for like the summer, to drop it in the summertime. So yeah. Okay. That's pretty much it. I didn't really start, like I said, this journey started in like 2023, so it hasn't been too long.
And they can find you under LoveLea?
Yeah, so you can find me under LoveLea, that's LoveLea. Yeah, that's my name. So you can find me under there.
Cool. Man, so well, like you said, you just mentioned your EP. What else can we look forward to from LoveLea?
Oh man, so right now, I am working on I'm in a play. So yeah, it's a play called Shot, a travesty to the community, and it's about gun violence, you know, different scenarios about gun violence and just, you know, waking up the community and just coming together and being unified on something like that. So, and I had the opportunity to, I think they call it ensemble, right? The music. So I wrote the music and I'm going to be performing that and do a little bit of acting. So that'll be April 26th and 27th. that's what I'm focusing on right now, because that's a whole different environment that I'm not used to, and but it's coming together. It's gonna be dope, and so that's what I'm working on. And then the EP, I'm already in the studio working on the EP, and so those are the two things that I'm like focused on right now.
Man, super cool, man. And I always ask this to my first time guests: how does the Most High inspire LoveLea to keep moving forward?
How does he inspire? Man, the word, like for real. Because I would say this: I'm a shy person. I'm a very shy person, and for me to get on stage, God, in the word, right, and what the word says, and it says, "Be anxious for nothing." You know what I mean? Like just certain things that I can help me. What is it? He didn't give you the spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind, right? And so these are things that I hold on to for encouragement, for inspiration, knowing that when I'm doing things that's out of my element, or I'm doing things that normally I would shy away from, I just remember his word. Like his word comes up and I'm like, yeah, I can't have a spirit of fear. Like, God, you got me. Like you have me. And so that's just what faith is. And so seeking him, having a prayer life, seeking him, right? And just staying in the word and meditating on the word has gotten me far, for real. So
for sure. Man, and there could be others, like you said, you went on your journey. God had to do his thing to get you back to him. There could be others, they could hear your story and they're starting to wake up to the truth. And they need to draw near to him. Like what advice can you give those people?
It's kind of tough because, I think sometimes you can tell people and plant the seed, right? But sometimes it's a battle with beliefs. And when you've been through so much, right? When you've had people hurt you, or like church hurt. I come from church hurt. It's just so hard to come back into Christianity and trying to see the truth because it's been so tainted. You know what I mean? Like with the world and how they perceive it. But I definitely have a testimony that I know that a lot of people can relate to. But I think, I don't want to say, sometimes you got to hit rock bottom and have nothing else for God to really show his face. Because that's kind of what happened to me. Like I hit rock bottom. I didn't have nothing else, like nothing else. And like all I had was him. And he finally had that time to come and show me. If I had not hit rock bottom, I don't know where I would be, right? I don't know if I would be a Christian. That's just being honest. So the question was like, say the question again. I'm sorry.
What advice can you offer anybody that's drawing near to the Most High?
Yeah, the Bible says if you draw near him, he'll draw to you. So I would just say, if you are inquisitive, right? If you are on the fence of that curiosity has got you, but you're not 100% sure, I would just say draw to him. Go to God and try him. Don't just assume like this ain't gonna work. No, like go to him, pray, seek him, and if he show up, then okay. And if he don't, then you can say what you want to say. But I would just, anybody who's leaning towards that and they're still iffy, I would say just try him, because he's real. He'll show up.
That is what's up, man. True indeed. Well, man, in additional news, again, shout out to my crew, Harvest Music, Kingdom United. We are still out on the Faith, Hope, and Love Outreach Tour. So you'll be seeing Harvest, the visionary, myself, Yoel, the DJ of the crew, G Harris 817, Lala Jones, Nick Nack, Travell Richardson, Glow, Birdie McKinney, Vicky Favors, Renee Kyle, and Dre Star Simon. Also in community news, anybody that's out here in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, April 6th is the 4th annual Brew Year Bash. Standing on business, DJ Tash from the 504 gonna be on the 1s and 2s. Doors open at 2 p.m. This will be held at the Gold Bar at 79 Restaurant, 2535 East Arkansas Lane in Arlington, Texas. Oh man! Oh yeah, and also
lit.
Huh?
So that sounds like that's gonna be lit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, y'all deep.
Man, in music news, Look, be on the lookout for LoveLea. She got the new EP coming out. Be on the lookout for yours truly, your friendly neighborhood DJ. I got something special I'm finna present to the people.
Okay.
Also, Harvest just dropped her new album, self-titled album. Yeah.
Her album go hard.
Man.
Harvest is hard.
Yeah.
You don't see too many female artists for me since I started. So it's like a breath of fresh air. She was dope. She was definitely dope.
Man. Shout out to my people, Harvest, man. Also in Florida, G5, he just dropped his new album, Blessed of the Peacemakers, Volume 2. And also my other guest on the show, Solemn Prophet, he has an EP out called coming soon, I think, called The Light. So be on the lookout for that as well. Well, man, this has been your IMTV News Report. LoveLea, thank you again for coming through.
Thank you for having me. This was dope. I appreciate it.
Man, no problem, man. Look, when the EP drop and when you do the play, I gotta have you to come back, man. We gotta talk more about that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have a little bit more time to dissect all of that. For sure.
Man, so with that being said, we finna get into some more of this righteous music. Friendly neighborhood DJ Yoel Yahuda here checking out with LoveLea. Just want to say much love. Continue to love the Most High, love each other, and love yourselves. Blessings and shalom.
Yes. Shalom.
Lonely, I've been on my lonely, I've been on my lonely, yeah, I'm lonely. Ain't nobody help me get this was all me. So I throw that money in the air like confetti. This a celebration, cause I manifested where I wanna be. And now I lay back, let my God do the rest of the work, yeah, I earn that. Can't depend on nobody else, I had to learn that. Loyalty over loving me, yeah, you know I preach that. This my formula to life, to check the format. Started with a vision, made that thought into a mission. Threw that bait out in the water, then I reeled that fishing. Through this life, there's many lessons, hope you pay attention. Been on this earth so many years, grateful for all of the wisdom. Believe me when I say this life don't come easy, yeah. Plenty of moments where I stayed up at night stressing, yeah. Down on my knees, praying to my God to send a blessing. Had to stay focused, keep the hope within and keep on going. They be hating on me, but I really don't understand it. I chuck it up, the insecurities envy me, then I go ahead and I lane switch. Higher conscious, so you know we don't speak the same language. Planning to see myself, no handouts, no help. I know that I'm worthy, I know I'm deserving. I feel like I'm chosen, leading my people parting seats like Moses. It's okay if I'm lonely, that's how I stay focused. And I pay my dues, respect on my name when I'm coming through. I'm lonely, yeah, I'm lonely. Ain't nobody help me get this was all me. So I throw that money in the air like confetti. I've been on my lonely, yeah, I'm lonely. Ain't nobody help me get this was all me. So I throw that money in the air like confetti. This a celebration, cause I manifested where I wanna be. And now I lay back, let my God do the rest of the work, yeah, I earn that. Can't depend on nobody else, I had to learn that. Loyalty over loving me, yeah, you know I preach that. This my formula to life, to check the format. I was down and I was out, hustled to make a way. Took a risk that fell big, there ain't no other way. Chestnut checkers, build a team and we well on our way. Late night studio sessions, we own it, no procrastination. Dream on steady on our head so we don't stay stagnant. Dedication to those long days, that's how you make things happen. Preparation over luck, keep them guessing on how I do it. This ain't a game, this my life, so I'ma think bigger. Go get it, eat with winners and stay an example. No fakes by my side and sit at my table. Money bags is all I catch, they mad hoping I fumble. It's all love through the hate, I still showing my Mabels. Top notch, my own brand, I'm applying the pressure. What's better than cashing out with people who looking familiar? I make sure I don't allow myself to let up. Keep on climbing up the ladder and watch what I work for prosper. I've been on my lonely, yeah, I'm lonely. Ain't nobody help me get this was all me. So I throw that money in the air like confetti. I've been on my lonely, yeah, I'm lonely. Ain't nobody help me get this was all me. So I throw that money in the air like confetti. This a celebration, cause I manifested where I wanna be. And now I lay back, let my God do the rest of the work, yeah, I earn that. Can't
can't depend on nobody else, I had to learn that. Loyalty over loving me, yeah, you know I preach that. This my formula to life, just check the format.
Man, I must say it is amazing to speak with you again. Would have been like 5 years since the family reunion.
No, it's been about 1.5, 2. You know, ain't been too long, cousin. You know what I'm saying?
So, man, well, first and foremost, man, welcome everybody to IMTV News, where we share the good news of the Most High. Anybody connected to Him is a new creation. Old things passed away, all things made new. Man, I'm talking with that guy, that prophet, the Solemn Prophet. What's happening with you, man?
Shalom, King. Peace, love, and life, family. I'm glad to be here. Good to talk to you again. I know it's been a little minute, but I know you've been doing your thing and I've been doing my thing, but it's all for the kingdom, so all praises.
Man, it's been lovely to see everything that has came about, you know, since the last conversation, because I had you on the original IMTV before it became IMTV Talks, and now I transitioned to IMTV News. But man, when we talked back then, you dropped that goat killer on us. Can you reiterate about that, man, for us?
Well, I'm gonna have to bring them back to life because you know I killed the goats. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. But no, that project was more so. It was a statement piece. It was self-reflective. I was sharing, giving you guys a little insight into me as an artist, and just letting you know that even as an artist, we have our flaws, right? And ego can kind of creep in a little bit too, right? So it was a statement piece to kind of just let everybody in Israel know who I am, right? That I don't play no games when it comes to these bars. But on the flip side of that, obviously it's all ministry, and it's also just sharing my journey and how I had to kill that goat that was in me as well, right? That part of me that just was kind of focused on, you know, outside of the ministry and touching lives, but also just making a statement to show like I'm the best. And when I let that part of me go, the part that desired to be the best MC, the best with the bars and all of that, I actually elevated as a man, right, in my spiritual walk and as an artist, as you guys will, you know what I'm saying, here with this latest project that we're gonna get into.
For sure. And you also host a great podcast. Is it Truth Talks?
Yeah, Truth Talk Radio.
Man,
yeah.
Can you share about that real quick?
Yeah, so Truth Talk Radio, I've been making videos on YouTube 10 plus years, man, but we really started to kind of narrow down and really get into the niche. And so every Sabbath, every Shabbat, we had a show called Shabbat Talk, and there's different segments. I teach on there. So two weeks out of the month, I'm teaching. 1 week out of the month, we have a segment called what's called Righteous Reactions, where we play different videos, little shorts and things like that, and we react to them from a biblical perspective. And it opens the door for all kinds of, discussion, commentary, people asking questions, just having good fellowship. And then one week a month, we have what's called Trivia Night, right? Where it's like a big Bible quiz, and everybody on they join in. I put together a nice little Bible quiz, and you get some competitive nature, some going back and forth, you know what I'm saying? It's a good time. But the platform overall, I share biblical truth and knowledge. I share spiritual truth knowledge. My music, of course, is going to be on there as well. Biblical cosmology, all types of things on there. It's like a one-stop shop for everything.
Man, for sure. And like I said, man, ever since the first talk we had, man, I done seen you put in some work with some people, man. I mean, look, you done reached out to my hometown, Weezy F Baby, Dave East, Benny the Butcher, Royce the 5'9". I mean, man, what's it like working with these artists, man?
So it's interesting because the way I was able to link up with my partner with a company, right? And the company reach out to these different artists and allow them to basically have a platform to be able to connect with the independent artists like myself, like you, like a lot of brothers and sisters in the truth that we know that's out here making music, where, you know, you wouldn't have those types of connections unless we knew them personally, type of thing. And so the company partners with these artists, they make a verse, and then through the company we get access to those types of verses. And so it really just, you know, opens the world in the realm to like be able to reach a wider audience, right? That's mainly the biggest thing. In the secular sense, obviously just put your name next to a big name artist, so, you know, it'll get more eyes on it. But the way I do it, right, is I partner with these big name artists to tap into their fan base to then give them this truth, right? They gonna come for Benny the Butcher, they gonna come for Dave East and Royce the 5'9", right? But they gonna get this word, right? So that's the whole approach with this. But working with them is different. Obviously, you're not in the studio with them sitting next to them having a conversation, but you can hear their artistry, you can hear the work that they put into the mic, and then you're trying to either match their energy or, in a competitive nature, exceed that energy, right? But it's different because you got to tailor it, because the verses are what they are. And so I can't change the verse. I know a lot of people who listen to my music, they would prefer these secular verses to not have like profanity and things like that. But the verse is what it is. It's from whoever it is. But like I say in one of my songs, Keep Up, you know, don't get caught up in the language. Listen to the message that I'm telling you, because all of my verses are going to deliver a message that's going to impact those who listen.
For sure. And as the Aki Yaki Awaken would say, the message is in the music. Get the picture.
God.
Man, and speaking of message in the music, you got something new for us, which is the Light EP. Can you share about that?
So yeah, the Light EP, the latest project, it really was supposed to be an EP. I was supposed to only have like 4 songs on there, but it keep growing. Every time I do an album, it's supposed to be like 10 songs, and then it end up being 17, 18 or whatever. But this one, I kept it to it like an EP. It's an EP for me, not for it's like a full-length album for somebody else, but it got 9 tracks, right? 9 tracks. It's just coming in that spirit of, actually, the Benny the Butcher joint, Yin and Yang, actually kind of started it and inspired this entire project. You know, again, like I said, linking with the secular artists to tap into their fan base to reach them, because they're not checking for us. They're not checking for gospel rap. They're not checking for truth music. They're not checking for anything that's having a truly positive message and is giving praise and worship to the Most High. So they're going to come, they're going to listen to these secular artists, because I have tons of features on this album, some of the ones you mentioned already. And they're going to hear their verse, obviously, but then they're going to hear my verse. They're going to hear the message, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be planting those seeds and being a light to those who are out in the world in the darkness, right? That's where it gets the Light EP from. It is basically based off of the gospel, where Messiah, and he is sitting down with the sinners and the tax collectors, and they try to call him out. You know, why are you over there messing with the sinners? And he's like, listen, I came for the sinner, not for the saint. You get what I'm saying? He says those who are sick as those who need a doctor. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, right? But those who are sick are the ones who need a doctor, not the healed, right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm being a light in the dark. I'm being a physician to those who need healing, right? And I'm being an example of Elohim on the mic to those who normally wouldn't even be checking for us. Now they will be, and so, you know, hopefully a lot of them seek a closer relationship with the Father.
For sure. And I'm thinking about when we first talked, like around that time, like I was literally a babe in the truth. Like I was new, just now getting into it when I spoke with you, and I was trying to express something, and I had a hard time getting my words together. But now, learning a little more, I can finally, you know, make this statement. Like, see, like what you're doing with the artists, like how you're trying to reach the people through the music. Like, I feel like that's what church is. Like, no offense to anybody that's in the 4 walls, but We need to bring that
Right.
word to where the people are. Meet their needs, meet them where they are. And
Exactly.
man, that's why I said, man, it's a great thing what you're doing, man. And yeah, like I said, I love it. Look, I know we haven't talked in a while, but I've been paying attention, man. I'm always keeping up.
Man, all praises, man. He get all the esteem. But hey, we all start. You got to start somewhere. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You all start somewhere, but it's really just where the heart is, and that's the essence of what I do. Everything that I do, whether it be music, whether it be ministry, whether it just being a husband or a father, everything that I do, I center it in love. That's the goal of everything. So, absolutely.
And another thing I want you to reiterate: not only are you working with these big names, but you also dropped the classic for the kids, man. Can you reiterate the song you did with your children called Praise the Most High?
God, yeah, all praises, yeah. So Praise the Most High was a track I did with my children, all three of my kids. Shout out to Genesis, Akari, and Josiah. They had a ball doing it, right? And then we shot a video to it. They had a fun time out there. We was out in Tampa, Florida, so we went out to the Riverwalk and did a lot of the footage over there. But it's just basically centered around, something for the kids. A lot of times in the truth, you hear a lot of music that kids can listen to, but it's not something that they necessarily resonate with. So, it's a different feel when they hear another child coming through the speakers and is saying about the things that they're living, right? For my kids, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Yehuda Shalom, but he got a couple songs with his children, and they love those songs. They love those tracks, right? And it's just a different vibe, a different feeling. And I wanted to deliver something like that, to the kingdom, so that the kids could tap in too as well.
Man, that is what's up. So, besides the Light EP and the podcast, what more can we look forward to from Solemn Prophet?
Man, I would like to say that I'm retiring, but nah, I'm always I'm 10 toes down, man.
Sure.
So after the Light EP, you got a couple. Actually, you got a collaboration with Ayob Ben Yahoo coming out soon. I don't know how much he been promoting it or whatever, but it's coming. It's gonna be dropping soon. Yeah, that one fire. When I first heard his original, I hit him up. I said, "We got to do a remix, bro. We got to do a remix." And we actually got down and did it, and it came out amazing. So that'll be dropping soon. Keep an eye out for that. Also, I'll have some more singles that I'll be doing over the next couple of months that I'll probably be dropping too. And then the next big project is going to be a collaboration between myself and Brother Inyarika. And we're gonna be doing like a dual collab album. I don't know when it'll drop, but that one's gonna definitely be one for the kingdom for sure. Because we're gonna be touching on some things that is gonna make people, kind of rethink their positions. You know what I'm saying? Kind of open up their eyes and look within as well as looking up. You know what I mean? So I'm excited about that. And then just always, the ministry is always gonna be teaching on Shabbat. It's always gonna be, fellowshipping with the people, and just taking care of business and trying to help and bless others as much as I can.
For sure. Man, and in additional news, shout out to my crew, Harvest G Music. We still out on the Faith, Hope, and Love Outreach Tour. So you'll be seeing the CEO, which is Harvest, myself, Yoel, G Harris 817, Lala Jones, Nick Nack, Travell Richardson, Glow, Birdie McKinney, Vicky Favors, Renee Kyle, and Dre Star Simon. Also, April 6th, shout out to Yasharel, Kwam Yasharala. They celebrating, out here they celebrating the 4th annual Brew Year Bash, standing on business. DJ Taz from the 504, gonna be on the 1s and 2s. Doors open at 2 p.m. This will be held at the Gold Bar at 79 Restaurant, 2535 East Arkansas Lane in Arlington, Texas. And in music news, again, go get the Light EP. Yo, where can they find it at?
On every single digital platform.
Yes.
And if you don't listen to none of the digital platforms, it'll be on Bandcamp as well for you to download.
Joe, man, and look, I got something special that I'm as a DJ. I got something special that I'm getting ready to drop as well. So everybody be on the lookout for that. But man, this has been this has been your IMTV News Report. Solemn Prophet, I thank you once again for coming through.
All praises, brother. Thank you. Appreciate you for having me.
Man, no problem. Well, with that being said, we about to get into some more of this righteous music. This your friendly neighborhood DJ by the name of Yoel Yahuda. Checking out with Solemn Prophet. Just want to say much love. Continue to love the Most High. Love each other and love yourselves. Blessings and shalom.
When Messiah was sitting at the table in the house, many tax collectors and sinners came and began dining with him and his disciples. When the Pharisees saw this, they said to his disciples, "Why is your teacher eating with tax collectors and sinners?"
Only God knows.
Yeah. Oh, we gon' teach today.
I done broke bread with brews and sat with Christians. The truth in the middle. You wondering what's missing? Now listen, the faithful ain't the only ones repenting. The sinners out the fold, they need a guide with intention. I'm here, Solemn Prophet, yeah, he on the mission. Equip me with a rod, just know Messiah got me fishing. I pull up to the spot as they open the gates. Dinner in Samaria, it's time to break out them plates. To a Jew, I'm a Jew. Treat a Greek like he kidding me. I'm Paul with these bars and every lyric is ministry. Reject me if you won't, I'm not here for a friendship. I'm putting in that work even if family and friends dip. A prophet ain't accepted in this land. Only the Most High knows I'm just a part of his plan. I leave the 99 just to go for the one lost. Ready for smoke, I follow Messiah at all costs.
Only God knows.
Yeah.
Serpent trying to take the fangs away. Anti venom is the word and I'm giving it today. I'm appointed as a servant, none standing in my way. Trying to infiltrate the world, now I'm feeling like Lecrae. We in the last days, can't afford not to slip up. The word cut like a sword, treating people like nip tuck. Why I choose to work with all these secular artists? You feed the hungry, right? Ignoring the needy is heartless. Even Paul was accused, I can deal with them charges. Solemn unfazed, I'ma be me regardless. I love who love you. Giving up is a tragedy, and for those who don't, I'm grateful that you gave me capacity. When it's drastic times, then certain measures should be taken. I'm locked in on my path, 10 toes, I'm not shaking. Y'all quick to judge, but remember something real quick. The doc not for the healthy, but for patients that's real sick.
Only God knows.
It is not those who are healthy that need a physician, but for those who are sick. Now go and learn what this means. I desire compassion rather than sacrifice. I ain't come to call the righteous, but the sinners.
Well, first I want to start this off by giving all honor and praise to the Most High for the one great year we've had so far at Harvest G Music. But it don't stop there. At this time, we would like to present this open call. This goes out to all our kingdom representatives. Are you ready to take your music ministry to the next level? Harvest G Music is looking to sign up to 2 new artists to join our growing family. If you specialize in CHH, truth music, rhythm and praise, or contemporary urban music, this is your chance. How to submit? Send the following to harvestgmusic@gmail.com. Your EPK if available, your artist bio, your professional headshot, your social media profile links, and at least one single in MP3 format. Feel free to submit more if you want. Don't miss this opportunity to be part of a label that's shifting the culture for Christ. Submit today and let's build something for the kingdom together. Sincerely, Harvest G Music Group.
It ain't for everybody. 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 Yeah, many you call, but few get chosen. Matthew 22:14. My righteousness gonna exceed that of the Pharisees. Do what they say, not as they do, like bad parenting. Shout out to Job. I strive to be blameless. Can't live in sin and get salvation. I lost a lot, it don't compare to what I'm gaining. If your faith don't match your works, then you're playing. I want the kingdom, y'all wanna be rich and famous. I do the work, study the ant, so I ain't lazy. Black Christians be like, Israelites crazy. Sleepwalking, don't understand, that's who they is. Mental bondage, side effects from enslavement. You still loving your master, that's crazy. Reprobate mind, no way you gon' persuade them. So the chariots ain't gon' swing low to save them. It ain't for everybody. 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 It's a blessing to understand the scriptures. Without the Holy Spirit, you'll never get the picture. If you don't harmonize your understanding, ain't official. Make sure you learn how to fish for your fishing. The Bible don't contradict, people contradict it. Don't wanna be obedient, they wanna be misfit. Abuse grace like it's a license for sinning. Yeah, you gon' slip up and sin, but don't practice it. Broad is the way that lead into destruction. I ain't condemning, my criticism is constructive. Just wanna motivate my people to be productive, so they ain't on the wrong end of Yahweh's judgment. My heart's desire is that we all can be saved, but it can't go that way. Straight and narrow is the way. That's why the scriptures ain't for everybody. The kingdom ain't for everybody. Salvation ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. Salvation ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. Salvation ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. Salvation ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. Salvation ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody.
Walking the truth, bust a move on. Glowing the gap, we bust a move on. Spreading the word, we bust a move on. Don't bust your head, we bust a move on. Walking the truth, we bust a move on. Glowing the gap, we bust a move on. Spreading the word, we bust a move on. We're out here making moves, you heard? Listen up. Wisdom, that means eyes open to the most high. Speaking from the root, pushing honesty with no lies. Hebrew to the code, we know this walk is not a flyby, but we're moving up, that's why we're sky high. Somebody asks us how we followers of Christ, we said we're not a Christian. I'd be glad to tell you this if you were paying attention. Kingdom embedded in our blood, so we don't need religion. Walk with the Father every day, so we don't need the building. Yaz Israel got him coming off the porch on us. I never take pride in that other title that's forced on us. House of Jacob stand firm, this is not for a play. No real run when we walk this way. They're moving off the hate. The nerves read about this rapper mine. I'd rather tell the truth than feel a wrath of God. Searching for Adonai, ready for the backlash and the forecast. I take flat without the boarding pass. Walking the truth, we bust a move on. Glowing the gap, we bust a move on. Spreading the word, we bust a move on. Don't bust your head, we bust a move on. Walking the truth, we bust a move on. Glowing the gap, we bust a move on. Spreading the word, we bust a move on. Don't bust your head, we bust a move on.